Welcome back to the program. A very good morning to George Clooney, who's waking up in the Whit Sundays and watching
In fact, I was going to go.
to Julie Roberts as well. They're all here. Meantime, he has weighed in on the fatal shooting on the set of Alec Baldwin's film Rust. The Hollywood star believes the buck stops with the first assistant director.
You know, look, he may be a dick. I don't know the guy at all, but you know, I've been on sets for 40 years, and the person that hands you the gun, the person that is responsible for the gun, is either the prop person or the armor. Period.
US correspondent Alison Petrowski is following the story for us. Ali, Clooney believes the shooting was a result of a, quote, a lot of stupid mistakes.
Yeah, good morning, Ali. Good morning, Karl. George Clooney with some very strong and clear opinions on gun safety, appearing on the popular WTF podcast, which he recorded in quarantine while in Australia. He was reflecting on some personal tragedies of close friends of his over the years. Firstly, John Eric Hexam, who died back in the 80s on a film set after shooting a pistol full of blanks and later dying from concussion. And of course, Brandon Lee, the son of Bruce Lee, who was a very close personal friend of Clooney's, who was tragically shot and killed on the set of The Crow in 1993, thanks to a whole range of errors. Clooney said that after Brandon's death, some really strict protocols came into play in Hollywood on all movie sets, protocols that he still follows to this day.
Every single time I'm handed a gun on a set, every time, Mark, they hand me a gun, I look at it, I open it, I show it to the person I'm pointing it to, we show it to the crew. Every single take, you hand it back to the armor when you're done, you do it again.
Tell you what, that is strong from him. And it also points to that whole idea of negligence on that set with Alec Baldwin. Have we heard from Alec Baldwin at all?
No, and I do want to add, Ali and Karl, that Clooney also goes on to say that he hopes for his sake that Alec Baldwin did follow those strict protocols. He questions whether or not Rust should have hired Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, the 24-year-old, as head armourer, given that she was only 24 years of age and very inexperienced. And Clooney also asked why on earth there was live ammunition on the set in the first place. But as for Alec, we haven't heard from him for about a week or so since the paparazzi were following he and his family, and they had a bit of a conflict on the road last week. He's laid low since. His wife, Hilaria, however, Ali and Karl, is always very outspoken on social media, and she has been on Instagram in the last 24 hours posting a picture of Robin Williams with the comment, "People don't fake depression, they fake being okay, and always be kind. You have no idea what people are going through." Ali and Karl, I should mention that Baldwin's brother Daniel has also been talking to some US media outlets, saying that his brother Alec has been unfairly targeted because of his strong political views.
Boy, there's a bit going on. You know, but George Clooney coming out that strong, right? Thank you, Ali. We'll talk to you in a little bit. That strong on that topic. I mean, he is Mr. Hollywood, right? And he does a lot of work behind the scenes with making sure the little people on set are looked after. All through the whole movie business, he's been at the forefront of doing that with rights for people. For him to come out and say that, I think is a pretty strong indictment of the protocols that went on that set, protocols that he believed and felt very strongly about because of what happened in the past, and it's happened again.
And I think we've heard from enough actors now who've been on these movie sets who've said very similar things, that there is very much a process you follow when using guns, and the question that they've all raised, why was there live ammo
Just seemed
on a set, unnecessary?
Seemed light on that set, didn't it?